Risky behavior.
Oh man, yo, what's up, man, y'all? Welcome. Risky behavior. This is a video featuring yours truly, Kristan Hawkins. Another pro-life versus pro-choice debate that she has with college students because college students know everything. And right now they're about to start off with a topic: can a minor consent? Oh no! Oh no!
Person who is pregnant. You can't consent if you're not. If you're a minor, you can't consent to anything.
So should you, if you're a minor, should you be able to have an abortion without your parents' consent?
If it's going to harm you in the future, you have your whole life ahead.
You just said you're a minor, you can't consent to anything. And I said, if you're a minor, can you consent to having an abortion? And you just said yes. Do you understand how that's a...
Make it make sense. Why would you? It's bad enough that the minor was having sex, whatever, as a parent, whatever happened, you know what I mean? And then you would want a minor to go down there, like, even if you are pro-choice, you definitely, as a parent, you would want the parent there. You wouldn't just want them to go down there without the parent, right? Because here's the thing, though. If you don't require parental consent, a child that just wants to hide something from their parents, they'll just go down there and get it without the parents, because they don't need the parents' consent. So they're more likely to go down there and lie and hide it. And you don't want to do that because you don't want, you just want to make sure that they're being safe. Whatever happened. You got pregnant, but moving forward, hey, we need to be doing this together. Make sure that you're doing it the correct way. And plus, you don't want a child going through something like that on their own and stuff like that. So I don't know why you say a child can't consent to anything, then you turn around in the same breath and say, but they can go get an abortion without. It's just weird.
logical
13-year-old
statement?
is prepared to have a fucking child.
I agree.
So
No
if they get
13-year-old is
pregnant
prepared to
by
be a
rape, by
parent.
consent, whatever, they should be able to have an abortion as a 13-year-old.
No one is saying in the pro-life movement that a woman, a girl who is sexually assaulted, no one is saying that she should become a parent. We know it's human because it has human parents. The law of biogenesis says like begets like. Like, I can't make a koala bear no matter how many times I have sex with my husband. No matter what position I'm having sex in, I can only make a human being. And
Why does she even have to explain that to them? I know why she has to, because they deny it, but I'm just saying, why? It's kind of like it's like when you like any part that they give you, like when they give you a part to put into your car, you ever notice they put those warning on there, like they got, like, if you put a fan in your car, right? Or like even like if you got like a big truck, the fan or whatever, right? It says do not install while car is running. They shouldn't have to say that, but they have to say it because somebody has probably don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when you up in a plane and they got a note that says do not open the door while in flight. People should know that, but some stuff you just got to explain to people.
that human being is alive because it's growing. The cells are rapidly multiplying. And what's really fascinating is that human being is self-directed. It tells itself how to develop.
Like, yes, the cells are alive, but that doesn't mean it is alive. Like, it doesn't have personhood. Does that make sense?
So okay, that is exactly what the argument. So now, when do you get personhood?
When you can viably exist outside of the womb without depending on the person whose body you're in.
But see, that's a slippery slope, because when I ask people when does personhood begin, no matter what college I'm at, I always get a different answer. And throughout our history, when we separate being a human being from being a person, the results are always catastrophe. It's never good, because there's a slippery slope and different people subscribe different definitions to personhood. So all premature babies should be left to die.
Not if they are wanted. This is
Oh
about
my
choice.
God.
All right, so now, all right, so if I could just like animate this conversation, it just keeps going through. So not if they're wanted. Your value as a human, you matter regardless of whether or not your parents want you or regardless of how other people see you. Our point in the pro-life movement is that every single person, no matter what you say or what your beliefs are, that you have value and that you matter. And it's not your...
Because in that case, don't complain if you hear about somebody got kicked out the house, right? Because that parent could simply say, well, hey, I didn't want them. Ain't that crazy? That's how they think it, like if you want them. Really? You don't let someone die just because somebody don't want them. Like,
value doesn't stem from your wantedness, from somebody saying that you're wanted. Because your wantedness could change, ma'am. Your mother could want you one day, then not want you the other. I need to answer her question because...
And that's very true because they're paying more attention to women suffering from postpartum depression, different things like that. So even when you're about to leave the hospital, they actually send someone in to talk to the mother to make sure they're in the right mind frame before they send them home with the child, because there's a lot going on when you have a child. So they're actually paying attention to things like that. So what she's saying is correct. The mother could go from excitement, wanting to have the baby, and sometimes after having the baby, they could experience some depression and maybe not at that moment want the child, but they're just going through something. So that's why she's saying it's a slippery slope. You have to be careful with that, because that could just be a momentary feeling.
If I'm wrong about abortion, and if I die, I go to heaven and God's like, you wasted your entire life. It didn't matter. Okay, would you like me to answer the question? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, Kristan. You wasted your time. What have I done with my life's work? I've inconvenienced women. If you're wrong, you've left millions of people to die because of their size, because of their location.
Beliefs can't be right or wrong. So then
They absolutely are.
theoretically, you're saying theoretically.
And that's the point. It's just like I was arguing with the atheists, right? And they said, oh, this and that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I said, well, hey, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'll put it to you this way. If we die and say there is no God, right? If me and an atheist die at the same time, if I'm wrong, nothing happens. We just both cease to exist. But if the atheist is wrong, that's the point. I could be wrong, but if I am wrong, there's no terrible consequence to saving human life. But if you're wrong on the pro-choice side, that's terrible. All those human souls, lives destroyed.
Beliefs can be right, wrong. There is a right and wrong. I think this is a regressive view. This is called a SOFR clamp. This is used in second trimester D&E abortions, when we know a child can feel pain. How do they end life in a second trimester abortion? I have the quotes in my binder here from the National Abortion Federation's website, which is online. You grab a limb, you twist, and you pull. This is a regressive antiquated view of how we treat inconvenient human beings. Do you want to know how we kill children in the 3rd trimester, which is legal? We use this needle, like similar in amniocentesis.
If you're getting an abortion in the 3rd trimester, there's most likely a medical reason or a legitimate reason why you need it. So why do you care?
And in this reason, an abortionist uses ultrasound guide technology to identify the child in the womb, and they tried to get the digoxin inserted as close to the heart as possible to cause a cardiac arrest. Then she walks around for 2 days with a dead or dying child inside of her, and then she's given Lemuria seaweed sticks to ripen her uterus, and she delivers a dead child. This is a regressive view. This is a regressive view to believe that this child must die in order for you to live your life as you see fit. You have a very regressive view, I'm sorry to say.
What's weird is that if you don't see nothing wrong with abortion, why you gotta yell and scream? Why you got a problem with her breaking it down? But when you hear it, it bothers you because you know it's not right. For instance, I don't think there's nothing wrong with eating apple pie. So if you were to describe to me how apple pie is made, it'd make me smile. They get angry and angry when you really start breaking down what's really going on, and you really got to think about that's what they're doing. Like, that's terrible. That don't sound nice at all. And it's not about, like me, I'm not one of those people that's all or nothing. I kind of think there's got to be a compromise on both sides. But knowing what you know about abortion, you can understand that when we look at the numbers, it's ridiculous, man. Like, at least not do as much, I guess, but to have this, there's nothing wrong with it, and just abortion, but we don't care. It's just crazy, man.
Would you get a vasectomy? Would you? Would you get one?
They don't need to get a vasectomy.
I think she just pointed at me. No.
Because they're hopefully not having sex with women that are going to kill the children.
I'm asking. Would you get a vasectomy?
If you're a man, just make sure the woman
Why she keep asking? I just told her no.
you're having sex with won't kill your child if she conceives. It's very
Don't
simple.
have sex with me, I'd kill all your children.
There you go. Sounds like a good date. That needs to be a question on Tinder.
Okay, I know, Jesse, I'm out.
I would never touch any of you either way.
Yes, because that justifies your extremist beliefs by insulting the way they look.
I never said that.
That's literally what you just said. I would never touch any of you
That's
anyway.
not what I said. I said that. I just mean the fact that they're pro-life is why I would never touch them.
Sorry, I'm going to take a picture because my husband's like, why aren't you texting me back? I'm just going to be like, current status. Yes.
I tell you, man, this is some sick mess. I'm telling you. We know who's down there at the school busting it open. Because why else would you be down there arguing if you know you're having protected sex? You're doing what you're supposed to do, or you're concentrated on school. You wouldn't be down there like that, man. It's just weird. Like, if they had like a big thing going on talking about child support, I would not be one of the guys out there arguing about it, because I know I'm going to handle my business, or I know, hey, I'm going to use protection. I'm not going to be putting myself out there like that. So I wouldn't have no need to be out there arguing about it and yelling out these crazy things they're yelling out. Like, I'm going to abort your babies. It's like, why are you planning for that? Why are you not yelling out, I'm going to make you wear a condom? Like,
Whiteboard. Listen, if the preborn human being isn't a human being, isn't alive, you don't need any justification for abortion. I literally don't give a shit. I don't care. But if the preborn human being is a member of our species and is alive, there's no justification. Oh, we can get that. We debated that earlier, but yes. But there's no justification that you can give to me that would say it's okay to kill a human being. There's no justification.
But I'm saying where you're going from there is saying that it's morally wrong, right? That's what you're implying, is that's morally wrong.
I say it's morally wrong to kill innocent humans, and our laws should reflect that.
And everyone here who's pro-choice is going to challenge that by saying
yes, because they don't want to acknowledge the science, because this is the reality. Yeah. If you're pro-choice, and I'm not attacking anyone, but if you're pro-choice, you have to deny the humanity of the preborn child in order to justify the belief that abortion is okay. Why? Because changing your mind means that you may have to reconsider some of the decisions you've made in your life, and that is very hard. That is why when I'm on a campus, I'm engaged in this discussion, my intent isn't to walk away with every single mind change, because I know I'm not going to be able to change a lot of your minds. But my goal is to plant a seed of doubt, to plant a seed of truth, that later, when you're reevaluating some decisions you're making, you may stop and consider, wait a minute, that is true. And sometimes the truth is really hard.
And you know, too, what's funny is that as human beings, we act like we're so great. We're these conscious beings. We got a spirit and we got a soul. If you really, truly believe that, then what do you think the baby in the womb is? What do you think the connection between a child and the mother is? It's crazy. It's just sad, man.
To strengthen your argument, because I feel like
a foster care system and killing an unborn child. How much does the child suffer between being in the womb and being outside the womb?
So your amount of suffering you will endure determines whether or not you should be killed. That's a slippery slope, because what if someone's in a coma, can't feel anything? They're not going to feel any suffering. Can I kill them? No, because we would say that's wrong. Call me crazy, but killing innocent people is always wrong.
Abortion is determining that I can no longer have a fetus in me because of my own circumstance.
What happens in abortion?
So I must exterminate it. That's simple. Period. That's
What's it?
The fetus.
That's the best pro-life ad I've ever seen. I must exterminate it. That's a pretty sad statement. But if you want to talk about statistics, the latest Ohio abortion statistics that were just released last week, Black women and black men make up 12% of the population in Ohio, and they make up 40% of abortions in Ohio. That's statistics.
My thing is, what's wrong? What's wrong with that?
That doesn't mean that
You're allowing them. I'm saying you're allowing them to.
You want to say that's okay? That 40% of women who seek abortions are black when black men and women only make up 12% of abortions?
So black women can pursue a career. They're taking an operation so they can pursue a career or live their lives to enhance their wealth. That's a tool. This is not.
I just gave you statistics. You just wanted statistics. I just gave them.
But it's how you perceive.
And you just acknowledged a pretty racist statement, and I'm letting you make that statement because I don't need to say anything further to that. She said I was only bringing up race at specific times. You said I wasn't bringing up statistics, so I brought up statistics and I brought up race. Bing, bing.
Abortion is a tool. Abortion is a tool that allows women, right, to pursue careers and live their
That
lives.
is such a misogynistic statement, what you just said. It's a tool that allows women to pursue careers. Like, I'm not capable of being a mother without having an abortion.
No, I'm just saying
That's
it's
exactly
wrong.
what you just said. In fact, that's what the Supreme Court said in KCV Planned Parenthood. In KCV Planned Parenthood, the Supreme Court literally said women needed access to abortion in order to achieve their career goals and equal with men. That women have to have access to a special surgery that dismembers another human being in order to be equal to men. I fundamentally reject that because I can gestate, I can lactate, I can menstruate. You can't do those things, and I can still beat your ass on any SAT. Next question. Sorry, you just got my feminists all mad.
Risque behavior.